Hey everybody, it's Rory from A&S Gear, and we're going to look at a brand new gun today from Azodin. This is the Azodin KDII. So this is the next version of the Chaos D that was widely popular by them. So this is, like I said, the next version, and they've made some definite improvements to it to make it probably one of the best shooting stacked blowback designs that there is. So I've got a couple guns out here. We'll open up this one. You kind of see what it looks like before you get it out of the box. So inside you're going to get your manual and your warranty card, and then you're going to get barrel sleeve, some doodads, Allen keys. Oh, the screw fell out of there. Allen keys, O-rings, screws, obviously. Looks like there's a hole in this bag somewhere. Let's put that back in there. But just, some supplemental stuff that is going to keep your gun running should you decide to do the maintenance yourself, or if you're required to do the maintenance yourself. Sometimes you're in a pinch and have to do it. So two-piece barrel. It's a 689 bore, I believe, on here. Let's look through this real quick. Yeah, 689. I don't believe this is marked at all on here, so there's no marking on it, but it is a 689 14-inch bore, or 14-inch barrel, 689 bore, which is a nice step up from the barrel that you got originally on there. I think it was like a one-piece 12-inch barrel. And then you've got the gun here. Nice box, nice solid foam, so it doesn't feel sloppy inside there. I think the Chaos D had a much softer foam. They're using the same kind of foam setup as in the KP3s. So we can put this one up here. So the gun itself, talked about the barrel, it's cocker threaded, so if there is any cocker barrel that you would prefer to put on there, you can. So go right on there, and it looks like it even has the cocker quick thread, so the shorter thread system so that it threads in quicker. The feed neck is ion threaded, so it's compatible with any ion feed neck that's out there, but the feed neck that comes with it is not bad in any way. There would be no real reason to change it, because you're going to lose your color scheme. Plus, you're just going to you're going to be spending money on basically getting the same thing. But let's say you break it or lose it or something like that, and you do need to replace it. Ion style feed neck, it is replaceable with it. Let's kind of go around the gun. So clamping feed neck is nice. Quick removable bolt, just pops in and out. A lot of people pull too hard on their bolt pins. I get a lot of repairs in for this style of gun because people have pulled their pin all the way out when they try to pull it up. It doesn't require a lot of effort. You just nicely pull it up, make sure it locks back in. If you do accidentally pull it out all the way and you go to reinstall it, make sure that this hole right here is facing down. The hole needs to be facing down towards the bottom of the gun. If you accidentally install it with the hole facing up, the gun will not shoot. It will not shoot a paintball out of it. It needs that hole here so the air can flow through it and push the ball out. You would be amazed at the number of guns I get back with problems because the bolt is installed upside down. Happens all the time. Detents right here. These are not eyes. This is a mechanical gun. It does not have an eye system in it. There's no electronics in it. These are just detents. So you can remove these, change out the detent, clean it out, and put it back together. Cock it back just by pulling it back. Safety on the side moves back and forth to let you shoot, or when the safety's on, not shoot. Interesting thing they've done with this mechanical setup right here. This trigger system, when the gun is cocked and you're going to shoot it, is probably the lightest trigger pull for any mechanical gun that I've ever felt. It's super smooth, super simple to shoot, and it does not require a lot of force to shoot the gun, which is very typical for this style gun to be very hard to pull the trigger. It's not. So your rate of fire should definitely go up because of a setup like this. Now, don't misconstrue that as me telling you can shoot like 20 balls a second with this gun. You're not. But you'll definitely be able to shoot it faster. Velocity adjuster at the back, that's pretty standard. Hasn't really changed much. Integrated dovetail rail on the frame. The frame is composite on these, I think. Yeah, it feels composite on there. So integrated dovetail, ASA slides on there. You have the on-off ASA, which is nice. They're switching over to use this style macro fitting, which was first introduced on the KP3, I believe, for them. Now it's on the KDII, which is nice. Nice angle side. It's got a swivel to it, so that moves. And then the angle collar on the regulator, which makes the line setup just cleaner coming in. So it's not just weird angles and stuff like that. Adjustable regulator, these are running at about 225 PSI. So for a stack 2 blowback design, that's crazy low, because typically spiders are running, or that style of gun, I don't want to name any names, but around 700 to 750 or higher PSI. So at 225, it makes a huge difference in shooting this gun. What else we got? We have the Featherlight bolt system inside there, so the lighter hammer, the max, I think it's called mass flow valve inside there, so you get a crazy amount of airflow through the valve. And then the 0D system. So this is an adjustable system that is now threaded in. It used to be locked in through a screw that went up through the ASA. Now you can take that off and thread this out. So typically in a system like this, you would see your poppet, which is kind of what this part is going to be called, with the spring around it. And the spring just pushes the poppet closed to seal the valve. With having a static spring or an unadjustable spring, your timing is just one static amount of time. You can't adjust it. So with this kind of setup, this, I think they call it 0D. I'm pretty sure it is. You can actually adjust the amount of pressure on the spring on the inside here, creating a different closing time on the valve. So once the valve opens, if you've got your spring really tight on the inside here, it's going to shut down the valve really quick, which will make your gun potentially more air efficient because you're not letting air bleed through as quick. But you're going to need a higher pressure to run it, and you're going to get more physical shaking or movement through the gun when you try to shoot it because it's running at a higher pressure. You can do the opposite. You can release the tension on the spring, making the valve timing longer so the valve stays open longer, which will give you a smoother shot, but will make the gun less efficient because you're using more air because the valve's open longer. But at least it gives you the option. You can control basically, or kind of control, valve timing and make the gun shoot how you like it to shoot, which is something that is very different for a designed gun like this. For a stacked blowback design, it's the first, I think, that they're doing right there. So the gun altogether weighs with barrel make sure this thing zeroes out here. There we go. What does that say there? 2 pounds, 3 ounces? So that's light for a gun. So not a lot of weight to this thing, something you can carry around all day, put a nice light tank on it, a hopper on it, and you probably wouldn't even feel like you were shooting a mechanical gun for the day. You'd be super happy with it. It's a great gun. It's got a lot of cool features on it for a simple gun that, or for a gun that people would think of as simple. It's got a lot of features to it. So check it out. Comes in some colors you see right here, the green, the purple, the blue, the black. There's also a gray one, which I don't have right now. So there's 5 color options that are available right now. Check them out. I think it's a great gun for the price and for what you get out of it. The KD2, the big brother to the Chaos D, it's a great pickup. So check it out and order yours now through ansgear.com.